Warning, 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 warning.
This is a Emergency Broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 174 tonight. We are getting close, but it's 174. Now we don't have guests. I understand. But now I have another subject problem.
Oh, boy.
Back to this virus problem we've been having.
We're in the middle of it.
Where people are about calling off, they're kicking out. I'm just wondering about this dude right here.
What about
our sidekick?
What I do?
We have to make sure he doesn't get attacked.
Well,
or he has to be in the room himself.
I have to be disinfected every day.
Disinfected some way. Because I don't understand this problem with these guys going to Lowe's. Even though everybody else is going.
I just take a bath in bleach every day when I come home, and it's fine. It's no big deal. Well, I'm gonna be fine. People coughing all over the place. Who cares? Yeah. Am I supposed to be some sort of wuss and just be like, oh, people are coughing. Oh, it's fine.
Wuss. I'm just saying that if this is a spread situation, something can happen.
Yeah.
And we've been in the house almost 4 weeks now.
Yeah. I mean, most people are sheltering in place, self-quarantining, staying at home. Are these the correct terms? I'm not sure exactly what it even is, but most people are doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't. I'm not supposed to. And life goes on for me, Uncle. Life goes on.
I just don't understand it.
Now, there's an interesting sort of thing. I will say, if anybody wants to call in tonight, please do. Call in. We're live on Ochelli.com every Friday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're live now. Call us.
We're live on my show. Call in. The number is
319-527-5016.
That is the number.
319-527-5016. Join us.
Join us in.
Tell us about your coronavirus experience. We want to know. Are you taking bleach baths like me every day?
Bleach baths.
Do you have any skin left on your body? I don't.
Itching when they get in here.
I am a bit itchy. My eczema is bothering me. It might be being in contact with so much bleach, which, yes, I was joking, but I am dealing with a lot of bleach on a daily basis now, I will say. A lot of fun. Everybody loves it.
I tell you, I'm on a 9 days probation period. It feels like 100 because
you want to get back, right?
It might be 100 by the time I go back to work.
You know what, Uncle? I saw.
That's my point.
Shout out to Seth the Poet, because as listeners know, I work with him.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He was asking about you today, and he was asking if you were, at home. Oh. I said yes, but he's not happy about it. He would rather not be at home.
Well, to move activity, to move around. I understand that you have to, and it being tied in close quarters. But I tell you, I'm getting enough rest now that his daughter was sleeping in today. And I said, whoa, like me.
I know. Now, this is an interesting story with my kids and you, because in the end of the last hour on the Age of Transitions, I saw in the chat room that people noticed that I guess it came over on my mic that my children were screaming away.
Yeah.
Of course, we're here in my closet in my bedroom. There's a bathroom attached to it. They were in the bathroom screaming. Do you want to say why that is, Uncle?
Well, I was ready to come into my show, and I said, this is not going to work. And I said to myself, well, let's see what's happened to you. I walk in, lights are off. Yeah. They walk into the room, turn the lights off, and they start screaming. What? You stop the screaming. What the screaming for? I'm here waiting on to get in this door.
Yeah.
And this going on.
So what it was in anticipation for Uncle the Podcast. it was about to happen. I was recording my show by myself here in the closet. I had the door shut. Uncle was very excited about Uncle the Podcast about to start. So he was sitting there outside the door in the bathroom, in the dark.
In the dark, even.
Sitting there on the bathroom floor waiting patiently for his show to start. My kids came in to take a shower. They turned on the light and saw him, and they got scared. They're like, oh, my gosh. That's what the screaming was.
His wife was saying, who's that?
So, just another day here at home.
Something else to talk about.
More of this stuff happening with everybody being home now, huh, Uncle? That sort of stuff.
It's because everybody close in, people, sisters coughing away, and a daughter is yelling at her about, go get it checked. It's just allergies, just allergies.
Oh, you're talking about Nana now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a cough,
and
a
this
bad one.
cough going on. I said, well, it don't make any sense. Just go to the doctor and get it taken care of. Even though you know it's allergies, but still, because we don't want to get this problem again. Right.
Yeah.
And this problem. Well, what do you hear? Enough in here for, 4 or 5 weeks. B5 coming up.
We're coming up on the 5-week mark already?
I think so.
It's been that long.
I think so. When did I start last day of work? Was I at work, man?
You've been away from work for that long? I don't know if it's been that long. I feel like it's been 2 weeks maybe now, this corona stuff.
It might be 2 weeks.
We're getting comments from the chat room, Uncle, that you sound good with the new teeth in.
Oh, yeah. I got my teeth in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I have them in because it had been holding today. For some reason, this Goofy camp, whenever this goofy stuff on the teeth thing, I have to put them in on a line to keep it up. I mean, if you put them a little bit, they come off. I just realized how to do it.
So you're getting used to the Fixodent stuff, how to use that.
To hold it up.
Okay.
I mean, that's what the point, to hold it up. And it's been holding all day today. So.
Well, I figured there'd be quite a learning curve with that. So,
yeah.
I mean, you don't know what you're doing.
And it's been a week since I've had these in.
Yeah.
And they're saying, call if you need changing. I don't think so.
No, so far so good. Okay, cool. All right. So all's well there. The teeth are in. They're doing their job. You're able to talk again.
I saw an ad commercial talking about the teeth for a minute.
Yeah.
An ad commercial today. They were doing the same thing I had. Man was going on the dentals.
Okay.
And they were showing dentals on the TV. I mean, that was going crazy. So, look at this. And I'm sitting there with my teeth like this. I'm watching a guy banging his teeth. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing here about, Chuck. Nothing about your teeth problems. I'm just explaining what happened when I got my teeth in.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of how good you sound with those teeth, man. You're doing real well. So I got to tell you, you sound better than me now.
Well, it's the chewing part I'm still practicing on.
Yeah, it's going to take a while, I feel like.
Chew on something on one side, and I'm thinking I'm eating over here, but the thing, it don't pop out now because I put a lot of that
stays
stuff
in because of the stuff. Okay,
stays
all right.
in, but I get the teeth like that going.
Oh, yeah.
That's my teeth going. So.
Have you bit yourself yet, Uncle? Like trying to eat a little bit, maybe catch part of your cheek or anything? Any problems like that?
No, not on the teeth now. You know, I think I'm better with these when I had the teeth out than I had it when I had my original teeth in here. I mean, I haven't bit my tongue.
You used to do that with your old teeth, your first teeth.
That's a point, because I've been hitting myself with the tongue. I'm biting my tongue a lot. But this one, not doing it. It's strange. I just don't understand how this is working.
Okay, so they're an improvement there.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Good deal. Okay.
Nice. All right. Of course, we're live. Call in.
Call in, everybody.
319.
I'm on.
319-527-5016.
Where's my callers? Come on.
Where are
Waiting.
you? Uncle would like to speak with you. If you never called the show, hey, give it a shot. Just call in. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
It's a
you new
good time
guys.
here.
You new guys. I gave you cards to. There's your hour.
Oh, Uncle, we do have. Let's just do this right now. I have a shout out to give because of the Instagram Name That Tune game.
Oh, somebody won?
Somebody won.
Oh, wow. Who's been winning? I haven't heard about this song lately.
I just posted a new one this past week here. It came around again.
Oh.
You can follow Uncle's Instagram at Uncle Podcast and play the game. There's actually a lot of old ones that nobody's answered. If you answer one of those that nobody's answered yet, you'll get a shout out here on the show too. So big prizes we're giving out. Follow at Uncle Podcast on Instagram.
I know you were doing that. I didn't know if you were still doing that since we've had system problems with the phones calls.
Yeah, I posted one this past week, and we have the winner. Our winner was well, first of all, the song was "Lonely Day" by System of a Down, and I love that band, System of a Down. That's a good song. Quick diatribe on that. Those last two albums they did, Hypnotize and Mesmerize, are just amazing. Those are so good.
A quick question, though, Aaron. For the uninitiated, though, this is you playing the song on guitar, and then they have to figure out what the tune is, right?
Correct. That's how the game
That's
works.
how it
I just
works.
play a little, segment, like a little riff or a little part of the song on the guitar.
And then it goes off, and then they have to guess.
They got to guess, like, oh,
It's
yeah,
like
that
Name the
song.
Tune.
Yeah, I recognize that. That's by System of a Down. It's their song, Lonely Day. So, yeah, that's how that works.
Okay, Cola, whoever it is that won, you got a shot to say it. Talk cold.
The winner was our friend and a previous guest of the show, Murda Cloak of Juggalos Against Trump.
Oh, him.
He got it.
All right, call in there, Choke. Coming on. I like that guy.
He'll be back. He'll be
Why not
back.
talk
I
to him,
told him
too?
he could come back on the show. He said he's actually getting over a cold and he's been coughing and all this. So
Oh.
we'll have him on again soon, but I think he might still be having that. But he'll be back. I want to talk to him more about his life. He's an interesting guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
I had
got a
good
lot of
conversation
stuff.
with him.
I
was talking to him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on, right, Uncle? I mean, I know
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
definitely...
He hit the Trump thing going on. The only thing now is his reporter isn't doing so good.
Reporter.
His reporter.
Murder Cloaks?
No, Mullet Cook's reporter, the guy that he likes,
You're talking about Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
He's not doing so well on the
well,
polls.
that's.
But the point I'm wondering something about this voting stuff. As another point, I'm going to talk about this now. If the guy is leading in the polls, who would he run against? Other than Trump.
Well,
I mean,
it's still.
it won't go to Trump and him
That's
right away, right?
Uh,
or does that go that way?
As far as we can tell, it's still Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden in the Democratic primary trying to figure out who the nominee is going to be in the general election.
They still don't know?
No,
even though it was leading?
It's been confusing because they've that whole thing has been put on the back burner, that whole thing being the presidential primary.
Oh, yeah, that.
And so that will be fascinating to see how that all works out, too.
That's going to be interesting because there
Very
has to
much.
be still, you might have a little bit of fighting chance because of this virus problem. Not the same because people haven't been, come out and they have this problem. And I think that might cause him, he might still have a shot, even though he has a distance to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, we might have to look into that, though, Aaron, because I think he was numerically eliminated, like basically mathematically eliminated after the second Super Tuesday, basically.
Bernie.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
He was eliminated,
Well,
but the point is, who would he run against other than the president? Or would be the president?
Well, it would be Biden going up against Trump.
Oh, it would be them two.
Yeah, it'd be
Looking
those
like-
two in the election.
Oh.
So apparently that's what's going to happen. It'll be, again, interesting to see how the details of all that work out.
I don't know how many people are even going to get to the voting booth if this keeps up.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
well,
now,
exactly.
You
Uncle
don't
brings
even
up
know
a
if there's
great
going to be
point.
one.
Yeah, Uncle brings up a great point because they've tried to delay the even the last of the oh my goodness, the primaries in various states. They've tried to delay them. I think Ohio, a judge denied their claim to delay it. There was other states that have asked or moved it already, their primaries or whatever. And then the question is, if the virus is still going on in November, like Uncle's asking here, what happens? How do people go out and vote, right?
Point. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh,
how would it work? We all better get to the voting system. We've been here so how long? Or we'll say, hey, we can't vote. Hey, people can't vote. How are they going to have a new president in the White House?
Well, I figured there's a way we can do it on YouTube and Twitter.
Or maybe online.
Yeah.
Maybe online or mail it in.
Google can figure this out.
Wait a minute. We can mail it in. We do that. We mail in the voting thing.
We email it in.
We email it in. We can do that. There's
Email.
3 ways.
Yeah.
Email it, Google it, or like you said, the other thing.
Google your vote.
Or Google the vote, or whatever it was.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
I mean, that might be how they have to work it. The whole states, can you imagine? 50 states doing that? That's amazing. They'll be counting all night.
Uncle, can you believe
Crazy.
Can you believe that Larry Page was one of these big shot CEOs that stepped down just before this coronavirus? Famously, so many CEOs just kind of left their positions just before all this chaos started.
I can believe it.
One of them was our friend Larry Page of Google Alphabet.
Who is he?
Well, he's only the most charismatic man in all Silicon Valley, Uncle.
How come we haven't been talking to him on the show? I have to talk to these guys now.
Well, now that he's got all this free time, we can just invite him on here.
Yeah, let's get him on.
We'll get him
Hello,
on.
You on there?
Again, he's incredibly charismatic, so it'll be a great show.
Yeah.
Be a thrill a minute with
I
him.
want to talk to this guy. I can do a lot of talking and listening to these people when they get on my show.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the chat room. There's interesting things. Somebody's saying
going on in this
somebody's saying sexual harassment allegations. Is that against Paige?
What is going on in that chat room? You clowns are talking that stuff again?
Yeah, I'm sorry, here, Uncle.
Sakes, what's going on? Turn that apple around here.
Oh,
I'm gonna get.
Do you
want to
see? You want to see what's happening in the chat? Uncle's looking at the chat now.
I'm looking at
here.
This chat
Engage
room.
with it, Uncle.
Let me see this.
There you go. Grab the computer. Take a good look. Uh-oh.
What happened?
I don't know. Well, no, that doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. So Uncle's...
We are in the chat room.
He's in the chat
room, people. Start chatting. I don't hear click.
Okay, what... You seeing anything interesting there from what the chatters... There, I just heard a click. What are they saying?
Oh,
there?
yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
Oh. Cars Hotel. Oh.
Okay, there we go. All right, there. All right, that worked out good.
What's his name?
So let's see if we can move the computer back here so I look at it. All right.
You see what they're saying?
That was exciting.
Gosh.
But anyway, yeah, it's just a weird situation here, Uncle. But again, another shout out to Murda Cloak.
Murda Cloak, a shout out to you since you won. And then we'll get you on it. And
he'll be back.
Maybe next 2 weeks or a week.
He'll be back on the show. We've had a lot of I'm getting guests lined up. I have a friend who's starting, an old friend from school that's starting a podcast. He'll be on soon.
I've heard that we may be able to get a wrestler.
Well, yeah, why not?
We want to see there's a wrestler out there that I'm looking for.
We'll get somebody.
And he was saying he was on the list on the broadcast once, talking on the air.
Honky Tonk Man seems to do lots of YouTubing. Maybe we can get him on.
Well, there was some of them like that. And
that would be a good one.
I have been suggested the guest Shane the Satanist. So we'll probably be having him on the show. I want to see his documentary first. I haven't seen that yet, so I want to give that a look, and then have him on. What do you think of that, Uncle? Shane the Satanist.
Well, I have to hear what he says about it.
Yeah.
I like to hear him talk about it. You like to hear him read it. Yeah. I mean, see it, but I have to hear him talk about it.
Could be a religion talk, Uncle.
I can't read his stuff. Oh.
Well, that's fine. I'll give you the gist. I'll give you the rundown.
Yeah, because
it could be an interesting show. So he'll be on. I just need to familiarize myself with him, and he'll be here.
So,
Chuck, were you there?
Were you there, Chuck?
Oh, yeah. No, I was here. I was going to say, along with the other CEOs stepping down, you were talking about the Boeing CEO stepped down in December, amid the whole crisis with the airplanes crashing. Everybody forgot about that now. And, hey, you know who else recently resigned from the board of Boeing? I'm sure you know about this, Aaron, right?
The board. No, I don't think I know who you mean. Who is it?
Well, do you remember who Trump's UN ambassador was?
Wait, I was going to say Bolton, but he was the UN ambassador before. I don't actually. Who was it?
Nikki Haley, who ended up on the board of Boeing. She stepped down amid the whole wrangling over whether Boeing was going to get like $60 billion in bailout money, and apparently she stepped down in protest. Just so you know.
I was wondering about these ones that fall down. Is this before the virus started or after?
Before.
Well,
that's
so they knew it was coming.
That's the implication. Yes,
they knew it was coming, so they stepped down.
Well, the Boeing CEO is supposed to be about the fact that there were those failures. Remember the airplanes were crashing, Uncle? A certain type of Boeing 737. They kept crashing because there were mechanical problems. Right. Everybody forgot about it now. Yeah,
they couldn't keep it up in the air.
That was the domestic jetliner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's getting dangerous to fly these days. I told you, I'd rather take the train. I'd rather take a train.
Or I should say not domestic, but just commercial, generally speaking.
I wonder how much time we can go traveling on a train with. How far we can get around. There has to be something other than the flying. Somebody's
sure. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the chat room again. Always interesting stuff. Yeah,
they're talking.
But yeah, it was one of their commercial jetliners, not one of their military projects. That jetliner was the one that had some sort of problems, and there was all sorts of issues with that. And yeah, Boeing is always an interesting one to watch. It's a big business here in California. Lots of branch offices here, all peppered all over the landscape. Orange County, LA County, it's all over the place.
Landscaping, all those guys, other than the ones here, probably off too, sitting here watching whatever. Mm-hmm. They can't even get out.
Landscapers?
Yeah, landscapers. They're definitely out.
Really?
They gotta be out by now.
I feel like there probably are some landscapers still out there.
Well, there'll be the few out of here running around. But, other than here, the people around the houses.
The thing about landscaping is you're kind of isolated. I mean, you got your coworkers you're with, but you're kind of out just in the middle of you're outdoors. You're not around many people, really. You're definitely distanced from other people.
The only reason, but...
I don't know.
I can't put my finger on this problem but of course the transportation for me is the problem. People that can drive, I would bet you they're there working.
Yeah.
I bet you they're still working. But that would be all the Bob coaches. The job coaches.
The chat room is informing me that landscapers are non-essential, so I guess most of them are gone. But apparently, I guess they're non-essential. So again, that's why you're here at home. But apparently, bike shops are essential.
Oh, that would have hurt you if you were still working on your boat.
Well, that was one of my other previous jobs. I worked at a bike shop. I would have been at work doing that.
Yeah.
So I would have been on the front lines doing that too. See, what I do, Uncle, is I do important work that keeps everything going. Essential work.
I understand. I mean, I can see if you're working not around people. I can see that. I can see you can be doing something. But being this virus is around, back into this virus again, to talk about this could be spreading around for health, family, and things like that. I mean, it's a serious problem that I've saw today, actually. Nana's constantly putting a mask on, putting gloves on to go to the store. senior day to go to the store. What they do? Goes to the store for an hour and a half, get stuff, and come home.
Yeah.
That's what she did one day. I mean, this is how they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do certain things like this and say, oh, it's a normal day. But wait a minute. You may have a virus there. Got the virus coming around all over the place. It's a definitely serious problem.
You never know when the virus will be there. There's no way of seeing it. It's too small.
You don't know how you're going to react.
It's a microorganism, Uncle.
Yeah. You guys seen that in the picture chat room? Did you ever see that in a picture of it?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Tell them.
Well, Uncle, funny you should mention that. The illustration that they've made of the coronavirus,
right,
that CG image of it is what I do want to play with when it comes to this comic that I'm working on with coronavirus. It's just playing with the imagery that they've already made of it. I want to kind of goof on that.
There is a funny look at it, though.
What do you think of it?
It looked like I look at it, I look like my puzzle piece.
Looks like a puzzle piece.
I mean, I'm sitting there putting a puzzle together, and I'm thinking of that. That has the color of a red of something. Red in something of these crazy pieces that I'm playing with.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing this. It looked like a nice red flower with not much yellow, but a load of red.
A terrifying red.
Terrifying red. But that was something. Look at that.
Yeah. It does. Yeah, it's like that white ball with the red pieces of carpet coming out from underneath of it.
Right.
Again, it looks like the little fibers of carpet if you zoom in on that coming out of that white, weird.
It's not like that food we eat, like, what is that with the choke?
Artichoke?
Artichoke.
It looks like an artichoke.
If it was green, it'd be just like a artichoke. But it's reddish.
It's reddish, all right, yeah. Disturbing, bizarre, but I'm gonna make a goofy comic about it nonetheless. So I'll have to try to finish that here soon because I think it's funny. So we'll see. It's good to laugh about these things, Uncle. You got to laugh.
Well, you got to laugh. I can see you can laugh a couple things, but
I think it's worth it.
But it's also dangerous.
Well, yeah, sure.
They got so many hospital people having a problem. They're bringing the soldiers in to help out. Have you heard about this on the news? They said this today on the news.
What were they saying about this, by the way?
They were talking about the army people.
They were
helping out the people that are already overstacked to come to Jacksonville, to come to California.
So they were saying the military could come help with what exactly? With like medical
help them.
Okay. You know what?
Some kind of medical stuff.
There's a lot to unpack with this, Uncle. What I found interesting at the very head of all this starting to happen was I remember seeing imagery on a news program of military coming in with aid for the community. They were coming in with food for people that were affected with the coronavirus shutdown.
That too, but not as much now. Then they need more of the doctors more than now that they need.
Yeah, now you're saying they could help somehow in a medical. Well, there are those Navy ships that they have.
That's what it is. For beds.
Yes.
They're bringing the beds, some extra beds in. That's what it was.
On a Navy ship.
On a Navy ship. They're coming in with that and helping them out. So they could have them, and the regular doctors can have their regular people. They help them out.
I think it's fascinating to see. That's how it's working. It's fascinating to see this. Now, amidst all of this, the military doing these sorts of things, there's also the specter of just full-on martial law. And even our governor, Uncle, has threatened that. Like, hey, look, if I need to, I'll just engage martial law. You're all being naughty and going out to state parks and going to the beach when you shouldn't, and you're not social distancing. So, hey, don't make me do it. I'll get the... And we're seeing images of tanks on trains. First, this was on social media. Actually, this was on the local news, I think, today.
That's what I was saying. We saw a brownish tank actually on a
train.
train
Yes.
coming up. I did see that. I said, hey, if people are not taking it seriously, I would take the governor to say, Governor, do what you're going to do and do it. I mean, this is what has to be done. People don't want to get sick. You don't want if you get hit with this, you won't want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Uncle.
I mean, this is real serious.
It is.
I've seen it really serious today. It come to the confusion to me. Said, look at here. We got people walking around with masks on their face and gloves in their hands. I mean, you ever seen anybody in the United States ever do that? If there's nothing like this was going on?
Yeah.
This is serious, though.
Well,
now that I've seen what's going on.
It's just interesting to see, like, the idea of martial law being floated by high officials in the government being like, hey, look, martial law, they're saying it. And concurrently, you're getting the little first warnings first online, because you see Twitter, the videos of these tanks on trains. Then from Twitter, it goes on to the local news. That same image is used and the story is picked up there. And just more and more you're hearing about the military and martial law. It's just, it's
bad
not
enough
good.
we're shooting on another country, but this is completely different altogether.
Correct.
This
Yes.
is not,
Yes.
it's completely different. People can actually die on a virus over a shotgun. That's how it's sounding like.
This time it's personal.
Yeah.
We're not in the faraway land anymore where the majority of us get to just make believe in our own heads of what's going on over there because we don't see it. This time we'll have to see it with our own eyes.
And we do. We see this mess. Of course, we hear. What is, matter of fact, do you have an idea what the total is? Sidekick?
Total of what?
People that passed
People. From the virus.
from the virus.
I can't keep up with it. There are different graphics.
They've been
and-
saying it, but I can't keep up with the number.
Here,
So,
you want me to go on Twitter and see what I'll try to find on Twitter.
Yeah.
Here, okay. So coronavirus.
Just want to have an idea to know.
Let's put totals. That might do it.
Totals.
Let's see here. Just in, Italy reported 743 new coronavirus deaths Tuesday, ending a 2-day streak of declining totals.
Well, there you go.
Confirmed cases in the country now total 69,176.
That's a lot.
Oh, here we go. March 23rd, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. update. This is from NBC News. Total U.S. coronavirus cases, 39,995.
Almost 400. Holy moly.
Now, the highest states, this is in order, New York by a wide margin is the highest at 20,875 cases.
Oh, that's what he said, too. That's what they said. That's also what they said.
New
They
York's
said
at the
something
top.
in Miami, in Florida,
Yeah.
it's going to go about even with New York. Or was it here? One of the two. They said
Yeah.
that, too.
Yeah. Well, that's New
people are
York,
not way.
almost 21,000 New York. Jersey is second at 2,867. Washington State after that, 1,996. California, us, we're in at, what is this, fourth, 1,825. Then you got Illinois, Michigan, Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. So there you go. Totals are about 40,000 cases in the U.S. now.
And you believe this is all started in
China?
in China?
Oh, yes,
You
China.
believe
Yes,
this is
of
where it
course.
all started?
That's what
They
some tell us, yes.
That's what they say.
Potentially, that's true. Hard to say for sure, but definitely could be.
I'm going down the road blaming China, and your wife saying, "All right, I don't say that." Well, what are we supposed to do? They all going in and out of the country,
Well,
and that's what's killing it too.
just as the martial law thing is troubling, the whole China aspect is troubling when it comes to geopolitical tensions. Because, you get dear leader like Trump up there just scapegoating China, like, well, China did this. China's to blame for this virus. It came from there. They're bad. It just stokes the fires of tension between our two large, powerful countries that I don't want to see tensions get ramped up too much. Is all I'll say.
Start getting it gets rounds up. You know what the next step would be?
Well, yeah, that's what we're
shoot, fire.
Yes.
There we go.
That would be horrendous.
That would end the whole process.
Yeah, it would end a lot of things.
Yeah.
Might end our country as we know it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If we're insane, we might
happen.
We might want to do something like that. Go to war with China, but
well, let's see. What do we got? We got 2 more. May, June. Ooh, we got what? 3 more months to go. We got our show to listen for. The Top Gun.
Oh yeah, that's on top. Of course. Speaking of the military,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what talked about it.
Yeah. Why not?
Top
Gun, the movie.
That movie is coming out real soon.
We are excited.
We both got to go to the movie. No, wait a minute.
We better be able to go to the theater.
I don't know if we'll be able to go to the movie.
That's a while from now.
That's the other thing, though. We talk about this virus, and now we're talking about this.
I would think it would be over by then. There's no way of knowing. We don't know what's
Who would
gonna
know
happen.
when it's over? That's the question. So there's going to be even time to go back to work. That would know when to know.
Hopefully, it will be all over by then.
Hopefully.
And we can go watch our Top Gun movie in the theater.
Yeah.
Don't have to buy it on the computer vision.
We put on Vision. We'll have to put it on. I'll have it on my new TV.
Mm-hmm. You're able to watch these movies that would have been released now in the theater. You can get them through like Apple TV and all this business like that. You can buy them on there now instead. So that's an interesting thing that's happening in the midst of all this.
Yeah. All these new ones, all these shows. I know how. That's the other thing. I wonder how the movie theaters are going. I think when they're running out of business.
Yeah, I mean, they're closed.
They gotta be closed.
They're obviously not an essential business.
They're not in the business, but people not going out.
Yeah, they're shut down.
They're shut down. I tell you, the people make the money, not the store make the money. It's the people make the money, and if there's no people, there's no job.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, no consumer there. What do you have?
Consumer. That was the word. Consumer.
Mm-hmm.
This consumer stuff's crazy.
It's
it ain't
wild.
Chuck, but it's consumer.
You never know what that consumer is about to
Is he
do.
falling asleep?
But you know what? It's funny, Uncle, because again, I'm on the ground viewing this. So many people are out of work. So many businesses are unable to do business. But those that are open, I got to say, some of them are doing quite well. And people are still spending money.
Is it better? Maybe you something psychic on your job. Is it better now with the virus problem coming in, making money, or when it wasn't and making money?
Well, okay, when you phrase it like that,
that's
is
what I
it
mean.
better to make money? It's certainly not worse. We're making plenty of money.
So it's making better. Oh, it's sounding like to me.
We were doing well this year, generally speaking, just before all this. Now, in the midst of all this, I'll say that we don't seem to have skipped a beat. We're continuing to do better than we did the previous year, making plenty of money. And again, people coming in spending. So it's not slowed things down as of yet.
Well, I can see your point of view because they have to get things.
You got to get things. I mean, people need things, so go get your things out there.
Go out there and get it.
Yeah, got to get your toilet papers.
Oh, yeah. Talking about that. Toilet paper, paper towels.
All that.
Oh, one day we went out to the grocery store. And I never seen this happen before. All paper products, everything off the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a hurricane hit.
That's when you and I were at the store.
Hit. Yeah. Like a tornado hit.
It was crazy.
Whoa, that was nuts.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, certain things are completely gone from the shelves.
Yeah,
and then other things are still there.
But then when we came in, there was people still stocking. They were stocking as they were coming off.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was crazy. And then people still online waiting for stuff.
Oh gosh, I'm really glad I'm not working in a grocery store right now. That would be horrendous.
You would be bored.
No, I mean, you would not be bored.
I mean, not bored. I meant
quite the opposite.
Busy, like a beaver, running back and forth is what I meant.
I can't imagine just like, I can't imagine like all the nonsense that they're getting from some people coming in there. I bet some people are just being horrendous. Of course, there are some people that you'll encounter on a daily basis, and they're quite nice and they're appreciative, and it's like, oh man, what a nice person. Then there are others who aren't, and I can imagine what it's like in a grocery store right now. It'd be terrible.
I see the people just walking the line just to see if there's anything left.
Yes.
They kept on going back and forth, back and forth. The only thing that is really, really left is the meats. They're constantly in the back doing that, if you notice.
Oh, yeah. Well,
the meats and the cold cuts and things like that. They're the only ones that I see. If you ever go get, like, say you wanted some kind of meat, cold cuts.
Mm-hmm.
We can go to the store and get some cold
Now,
cuts.
our producer Chuck just had an interesting comment in the chat room. He's pointing out that Pure Blades must be non-essential business.
Oh, no, he's not in the bit. Oh.
Pure Blades, a sword shop. You know, the whole mall is shut down, Uncle.
Oh, yeah, that's gone.
So Pure Blades, of course, is non-essential.
Oh, that means, yeah.
So no swords at the moment.
Swords? Oh, they closed up. I bet you they're all... Talking about them for a moment, and this dawned on me, is the mall. Well, if the movies are out, you can't go see a movie. You know darn well there isn't nothing in the malls. Because that's where they come from, the malls.
So hopefully...
The malls are shut. The movies are out. The whole bunch of the malls are gone.
Hopefully everybody already has their sword.
Oh, the sword.
They're ready for,
I have my sword.
For whatever might happen with this coronavirus.
I have my own sword. You know what it is, though.
We got our swords ready here. So we're ready to go to defend
ourselves. You didn't
ourselves.
buy yourself a sword. You bought nice. No, where's your sword?
Yeah, I still need a sword. Yes.
You
don't have that.
Talking about the sword shop, and I was saying, well, let's him go buy a sword when this virus is done.
Yeah. Lots of talk in the chat room about what's essential and what's not essential. What do you think might be...
What is essential?
Yeah, what is
that
it?
Is they are off now?
Who?
It is Chapman
University. Well, yeah,
they're off because the students are not even in classes.
Mm-hmm.
They're shut down.
Yep, classes are shut down pretty much across the board. I don't think there's any school that's open at this point.
And counting them too. I mean, boy, I guess it was a good time that I moved out. Even though I'm not even doing nothing, but still.
Yeah, still.
It's still not doing anything. What is the point here? Anybody get a point out of this?
Uncle, here's an interesting image that was dropped in the chat room. This is Kung Fu Hillbilly. What do you think about this guy? See this guy? Oh. Kung Fu Hillbilly?
He almost looks like you.
Does that look like me? You're get on the microphone.
The face more looks like you.
That looks like me with hair.
With the hair.
Let me go look at this guy.
Look at it.
Well, he's got a similar physique to me, doesn't he, Uncle?
Yeah. What the heck? You look good, sidekick. Look like you, little sidekick.
He's got the mustache.
Yeah.
I
with the hair, of course. You don't have the hair now. Kung Fu Hillbilly.
That's an image taken from the Jerry Springer show, apparently.
Oh, Springer! Oh, yes. I like that show.
It's from Jerry Springer.
Did you ever hear of that? Anybody have to listen about Jerry Springer? You really want to get a good laugh. Listen to that one day.
What, Jerry Springer show?
Springer show. I get a kick out of these women.
Oh, sure.
And they going nuts, crazy,
They get angry.
and they get pissed. Oh, boy. Now we're getting into something.
Now, Uncle, you know that Jerry Springer was at one time the mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio, right?
He was?
Yes.
I don't know.
Now, what do you think if, this is a hypothetical, if Jerry Springer were still the mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio, how would he react to the coronavirus crisis?
Have everybody off. Just like
Just take the time off.
take the time off, everybody.
Do you think he'd employ Kung Fu Hillbilly as maybe a law enforcement person or some sort of enforcement agent?
Enforcement agent, if anybody gets close to their job, use him.
Yeah.
That would be exactly who they use.
In case people
That guy
don't-
come in there. Stop. Oh, Billy, here, you ain't going to get into this job. Get your butt home. Get your butt home. You want to get a virus? Get your butt home. You ain't going to get in here.
You better socially distance. You have to deal with him.
6 feet away. 6 feet away. What is it? 6 feet away from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 feet away from people. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Jerry Springer, the Jerry Springer show, the spin-off show with, again, that the bodyguard, that bald guy. I don't know who he is, but he eventually got his own show, which was very bizarre. I think is that show still on?
Yeah, it was when I was listening to it. When I left Florida, it was still
Chuck,
on.
are you there?
Are you there, Chuck?
Yeah, Stephen Wilkos, I think is. Or,
That's it.
Yeah,
Stephen
Wilkos,
Wilkos.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to it, of course, in Florida at the time. Constantly when she was going, sister was going to the helping in the
Oh, when she
volunteers.
Okay.
I was in there
You'd
watching
be watching Springer.
Springer in the morning, and man,
Why
that
not?
come on 9 o'clock. Oh, I had a good laugh at them. Clowns saying, "What do you think is on this?" And we don't have the woman. The man is not here or not knows you're here, and boom, and then it went boom. It went up the fireworks. There it went. Both of them arguing back and forth.
Oh yeah.
You think you're married? Just a moment. This could be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. If you think you're married, you better think again.
Better think it twice.
Just wait. Better do that pregnancy test on the Springer show. So you know for
Springer
sure.
Springer, that's the other thing. Springer test. That's my baby.
That
Is not. And they were going back and forth on that. On the pregnancy.
That's a
stuff.
Maury Povich staple. Maury Povich has like 4 different shows he just cycles around. One is the pregnancy test.
Oh, yeah, that
One is the
that's
I've got
crazy.
an out of control teen, and they send him to boot camp or something.
And then he says, "This is your baby," and then
yeah,
they say, "Oh, whoa!" And then I can hear the man. The man is absolutely beside himself.
I can't remember the other 2 shows that Maury does, but they're all just like there's 4 formulas. And it's one of those 4 shows every time.
Somebody
Like,
who's
okay.
deformed is one of the shows, right? Somebody who's
Wait.
deformed in some way, or how does it?
Oh yeah, sure. Somebody's got a debilitating disease, or yes, they're deformed, or something like that.
Yeah, form.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's one more that we can't recall now, but yeah, that's you know what to expect when you're watching the show. So
Yeah, but they're gonna. I tell you though, who really makes them shows is those women. It's not the
yeah.
men; it's the women. They go out. They go bananas.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen that there, Chuck? You ever seen that show?
I've had to watch Jerry Springer off and on with different people that I've been around because they're just fascinated by it temporarily or whatever. But wow,
I told you. I know it gets wild. It's actually like a soap opera. I can put it in a kind of position of that because of her saying, "You said what?"
it's a soap opera for people that don't want attractive actors or a real like in-depth storyline of any kind. Just the issue of the battle. That's it. Boil it down. And that's all there is to it, right? So less than 5 minutes left, guys. Believe it or not. So here we are.
Uncle, we better get to shouting out some people.
All right, shout out to everybody you know, and it is the new people. I have a shout out to you guys. If you haven't heard, isn't it? listen on. I gave you cards. I gave you my cards. Start listening to them.
Yeah.
And everybody else, you know who you are.
There you go. Shout out to you. Oh, I'll give a shout out to Party Boy Rod.
Oh, yeah, Party Boy
who
Rod.
was a runner-up of sorts in the Instagram Name That Tune game. He also commented with the song title and artist. I don't think he had seen the one that Murder Cloak left, so I think he got that independently. So, Party Boy Rod, shout out. Hope you're out there listening. We miss you.
Yeah, I like to hear what he's been doing lately, too.
Yeah, it'd be great to hear from you. Please do call in again. He's called in before.
The other side and talk to him.
Yeah, get Denise to
Got
call
Denise
in
on there.
if she's available. If not, we'd like to talk to just you or both of you. It'd be great.
Yeah.
So shout out to you two.
Guys.
Shout out to my friend David, who's again, I want to have him on the show because he's starting a new podcast, so we'll have him on the show soon to discuss that should be a lot of fun. David's a cool guy, so that's going to be fun to have him on the show.
What happened to that guy, your old friend in Ohio?
Cooley.
Louie. What's been happening with him?
Shout out to Cooley.
Cooley, a shout out to you.
Cooley's a great guy. I haven't talked to him recently. Last time I talked to him, I was down in Florida visiting friends, actually. I do recall I talked to him on the phone then. I don't talk to him on the phone enough, but when I do, it's always good. Cooley, shout out to you.
Yeah.
Cooley is a wild card. So to be quite honest, I'm a bit nervous about having him back on the show because I just never know what he's going to say. He's too hot for TV.
Oh.
But
well, he keeps us up. Keeps me up.
Oh, yeah, he's
Gonna
great.
talk
He's
away.
great.
I let him talk all the way on my show. I don't know about you there, sidekick, but I let him talk.
Oh yeah,
I
no, I
get
love to
these
let him
people
talk. It's just we have the issue of cursing and whatnot.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
You know who would be great to shout out to and who I miss on the show? Bumwine Bob.
Oh, yes. I was going to mention him, too.
Yeah.
Bumwine Bob, I hope you're feeling good.
We might have to have him back on soon. Yeah, that'd be good.
It'd be great to get a cheap drink during the coronavirus report, I think.
Yeah, we can have. Matter of
That's
fact,
needed.
I had a little wine tonight.
Oh yeah.
I had a little glass of wine.
Oh, yeah.
They were drinking something, too.
Yeah, I had a special
These guys.
special mixed drink with fresh orange juice. Yes, it was
I
very
want
good.
that. What kind of? I wonder he would probably tell you what kind it would have been. He
It's
probably
good.
would know.
It was essentially a
Bob.
screwdriver. It was good.
Well, my Bob would know what it was.
Yeah.
Just mention it to him. He probably would.
Yeah. So UncleThePodcast.com, that's the website.
That's the website.
LiveHereOnChili.com every Friday night,
every
11
Friday
p.m.
night.
Eastern.
Uh,
At Uncle Podcast
Podcast
on Instagram and Twitter. Follow
Instagram
us.
and Philo. And,
Anything else, Uncle?
well, that's about it. What I can think of. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
another news. One more thing.
Sure.
The Brady people,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's fans, are not New England anymore. They are Tampa Bay.
Put down your pipe and smoke it.
Spoon.
There you go.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See ya.